Wow. Two of the greatest entertainers in history. Two Michaels. Michael Jackson and Michael Jordan. Wow. All right, so Wednesday's National Basketball Association draft saw Jamaican Nick Richards, the former Kentucky Wildcats. He plays center. He was selected 42nd overall by the New Orleans Pelicans and traded immediately to the Charlotte Hornets, owned by Michael Jordan, or part owned. With us on Zoom is our colleague and outstanding sports journalist, Simon Preston, and on the phone, outstanding coach from Jamaica College, Dwayne Cunningham. Morning to you both. Welcome to Smile Jamaica. It's morning time.
Good morning. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, ma'am. Coach, can you hear me? Coach Cunningham, can you hear me? All right, so we'll try to sort that out. Surprised, Simon?
Not surprised that Nick has been drafted. You know, many of the experts in the league were expecting him to be a bit low in the draft, somewhere around the 50s thereabouts. And to see him in the 40s, I think is where the surprise lies. But to be drafted in the league, no surprise where that is concerned. He's going into a franchise with a lot of youthful exuberance, one of the youngest teams in the league, average 24. And it's a place where he will get playing time. So it will be an opportunity for all Jamaicans across the globe to see one of their own in action. So it's an exciting time to look forward to when the season starts on December 22.
Yep, let me see if I could get the coach. Coach, can you hear me now? All right. I was going to ask you that, playing time. He plays center. Charlotte Hornets is not one of the top teams right now, and as you said, a young team. So you think he will be one of the starters?
I wouldn't say one of the starters from the get-go, because there are some X-factors in the unit that have been drafted into the Hornets, like the highly touted LaMelo Ball, the brother of Lonzo Ball, who started his career out at the LA Lakers, also PJ Washington, which had an outstanding season last year with the Hornets as well. But I think he will, as time progresses at the back end of the regular season, break his way into the first team. His assets are his ability for rebounds and shot blocking, his offensive side of the game. That might be something that might put him out of the starting five when the season commences, because at the University of Kentucky, he was known for his shot blocks and for his rebounds, averaging 7.3 blocks per game last season, and that's going to be his asset because he's an absolute monster in the air at 6 feet 11 inches tall. So the offensive side of the game, that will come once he starts training camp in December.
Yep. For those of us who would not understand why a team would draft him and immediately trade him, explain please.
Where the US colleges are concerned and their agreement with the leagues, you have the opportunity when a player is drafted based on different systems like future drafts. So you have the opportunity and say, for an example, I own a franchise and you own a franchise, and say, Neville, you know, I quite like your player that you drafted. If you give me, for example, Simone, then next year I can give you my top draft pick. So it's like a trade and you come to an agreement even while the draft is going on. It's a nice agreement in that sense, because going to the Pelicans, it might have been much tougher where game time is concerned for Nick, and we certainly do want to see him on the court as a Jamaican. So I think this trade that was made was an outstanding move, and I'm just really looking forward to see him out there on the court and to be the 11th Jamaican to be drafted in the league, because we don't see this quite often, to see many Jamaicans in front of our eyes on television. So it really will be an opportunity for us to look out and to see one of our own on the court.
Fantastic. Coach, can you hear me now?
Yes, sir.
Coach, I think you know that I am a coach also, and sometimes I will see a youngster at St. George's College and immediately I say, no man, this youth going to go far. How did you feel coaching Nick? Did you think he would be where he is now?
Certainly. The minute I saw Nick, I knew that he would be a star. Yeah, and I did everything within my power to ensure that happened.
What kind of player is he? Tell me about him.
Okay, Nick is a defensive stopper. His offensive skills need some work. He is a shot blocker, tenacious rebounder. He runs the floor extremely well. He's pretty quick up and down the floor.
Yeah.
That's about it there. He's he has a great future ahead of him.
Yeah, when you say he needs, and Simon said it also, he needs some work offensively. What kind of work we're talking about here?
Okay, his skill is what you'd call somewhat raw. He's behind in his offensive skills. He needs to acquire an outside jumper because, you know, now in the NBA, everybody has to be able to hit that outside three.
Yeah.
And he should be able to put the ball on the floor a little bit better than he does right now.
Yeah.
We're moving away from the traditional centers where you play with your back to the basket and all of that. You have to be a threat on the pick and roll, you know, pick and pop. Yeah, and he needs to just acquire some of those skills.
Yeah, and you have to can dribble too and stuff, don't?
Can I take him, sir?
I say you have to can dribble too, don't it?
Yes, that's what I mean when I said put the ball on the floor.
Yeah, man.
He has to be able to put the ball on the floor.
Yeah. How do you feel about his chances of being a star in the NBA?
Okay. As long as he continues to improve at the rate that he currently does, he'll be a star, you know.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of work.
Yeah.
And I believe that he has the drive to overcome all the obstacles that may come up in front of him.
Yeah, I know he went to high school in New Jersey. I know he went to the University of Kentucky. But you must feel really, really good that you coached him at as a young man. To see him there, this must really make you feel good. Oh,
most definitely. And I'm sure the entire JC family feel well. And you know, Jamaica should feel well that we started this kid off his journey, and he's at the top of his game right now. That's what it's all about. You're a coach, you know, just the kids fulfilling their dreams is just everything.
Yeah, man. Coach, congrats again, my friend, and continue to churn out these wonderful youngsters. Congrats, Coach, and stay safe, all right?
All right. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, man. Simon, you mentioned earlier 11 Jamaicans. Everyone would know Patrick Ewing. I think Samarda Samuels was also drafted. Any other big names that we might know that probably we didn't know came through our small and wonderful country?
Well, in terms of the list that I mentioned, they include both players that were born in Jamaica and got drafted, and individuals that were born in the States to Jamaican parents and eventually represented Jamaica on the international stage in those competitions. But other individuals that you know people would have looked on is Roy Hibbert. He came into the league 2008, Indiana Pacers, LA Lakers, the Charlotte Hornets as well, where Nick will be headed, and also the Denver Nuggets as well. We've spoken about Samarda Samuels as well. And as I mentioned about Nick being the 11th, we could have a 12th Jamaican in the league that was born here, went to St. Thomas Technical. His name is Romaro Gill out of Seton Hall, and he's in a dialogue right now with the Utah Jazz. So before training camp on December 10, we could have another Jamaican in the league. So it's quite outstanding. And as the Jamaica Basketball Association has set out its mandate to get to Paris in 2024, it is a quite outstanding future that we have on the horizon, a bright future, especially with the Jamaican-born talent right now in the collegiate system that are on the cusp of going professional.
Congrats, my friend. Stay safe. Good to see you.
Same to you. Thank you.
Yeah, man. All right, there you go. So first you heard from Coach Dwayne Cunningham, coach at Jamaica College, and of course Simon Preston, talking about this young man, Nick Richards, who is going to be playing in the NBA. I hope my grandson makes it there also. He played in the NBA Summer League, you know, plays in the German League, and last week was named the Canadian, the outstanding Canadian of the week. So Trey Bell Haynes, I hope to see you in the NBA soon. All right? Soon come. Stay with us, please.